saç.
On April 19, 2025, the quiet town of Alcarràs, nestled in the Lleida province of Catalonia, Spain, was suddenly gripped by a violent hailstorm. What began as a calm, overcast afternoon quickly spiraled into chaos, transforming the landscape in a matter of minutes. Without much warning, dark clouds gathered and thunder rumbled across the sky. Fierce winds picked up, and then came the hail, massive, fast, and merciless. Residents watched in horror as hailstones the size of golf balls hammered down from above, striking cars, homes, and crops with relentless force. The storm, though brief, lasted only 10 to 15 minutes, left behind a trail of devastation typically seen in far longer weather events. This hailstorm couldn't have come at a worse time. With rising production costs already straining local agriculture, this unexpected disaster threatens to push many farmers to the brink of financial collapse. Even winter cereals, typically more resilient, weren't spared. Local authorities responded quickly. Emergency services were deployed to assess the damage and ensure the safety of residents. Fortunately, there were no immediate reports of injuries, but the emotional toll on the community is undeniable. Now, municipal and regional governments are working together to evaluate the full extent of the losses and are preparing aid packages, including potential tax relief and financial assistance for affected farmers. Meteorologists had issued storm warnings earlier in the day, predicting hailstones exceeding 2 centimeters in diameter. However, the actual severity and impact of the storm far surpassed those forecasts. Streets were blanketed in thick layers of ice. Roofs were dented, windows shattered, and windshields reduced to shards. But the most severe damage fell upon the region's farmlands. In the Bakes Segre area, entire fruit orchards were destroyed. In Alcarràs alone, over 2,000 hectares of crops were completely lost, and another 2,000 hectares suffered partial damage. Farmers reported nearly total losses of peaches and pears. During one of the most critical phases of fruit development, social media quickly filled with images and videos from residents, showing dramatic scenes of hail piled high on sidewalks, smashed windows, flooded streets, and fields completely buried in ice. This storm serves as a powerful reminder of how unpredictable and destructive weather has become in recent years. Climate-related events like this are no longer rare. They're becoming a recurring threat to communities around the world. For the people of Alcarràs, the road to recovery will be long and difficult. But with resilience, support, and awareness, they will rebuild. And it's up to all of us to pay attention, prepare, and stand in solidarity with those affected. On April 20th, 2025, intense hailstorms impacted the regions of Valencia and Alicante, affecting around 2,000 hectares of crops. La Romana in Vinalopó Mitjà was the most severely hit, with over 1,300 hectares damaged. The storms also affected parts of Val d'Albaida, Safor, l'Alquà, Comtat, and Canal de Navarre. Key crops such as almonds, citrus fruits, and table grapes suffered significant losses. In response, local agricultural organizations are advocating for urgent measures, including financial aid, tax relief, and subsidized loans to support the affected producers. Throughout April 2025, a series of hailstorms swept across Spain, notably impacting Catalonia, Castilla-La Mancha, and Aragon. Approximately 4,000 hectares of crops were damaged, with Catalonia's Lleida province experiencing the most significant losses, particularly in stone fruit and arable crops. Castilla-La Mancha reported damage to about 1,440 hectares, affecting garlic, fruit, and wine grapes. Aragon, Murcia, and Extremadura also reported substantial damage, primarily to stone fruit producers. These events underscore the recurring threat hailstorms pose to Spain's agricultural sector